Right, just tell me when you start. No, I mean I can't. Just give me. We'll count down 3, 2, 1 when we're ready. Just give me a sec. Just go before we. I hate it. I got paper in my bloody mouth now. Oh. Just got to get my vocal cords working, mate. Well, I'm going to be speaking for a bit, aren't I? Well, I know. Anyway, what do you mean it's on? Why have you? Oh, I can't even bother starting again now. I'll count down from 3 and then I'll edit it out in the computer or on the computer. So we're ready. 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name's Phil. I'm an author, or I try to be, and myself and my friend 17 years ago wrote a book. Sorry, my friend, just to make it clear, my friend is not called 17 years ago, that'd be a very odd name. His name's Steve Smith, my name's Phil Woods, and we've written a book called Beat About the Bush. And the reason for this video on YouTube, YouTube sounds a bit like a tube of glue, doesn't it? Anyway, right, so the reason for this video is just to explain to you a little bit about the book, why we've written it, the different things you'll find in it, and a bit about what we're doing in the media, that you can keep an eye on us and see how we're getting on. Anyway, the book itself is based loosely on the English language. It looks at the way we use different phrases. Now, the reason it came about was we were in a cattery browsing one day, and we overheard someone say we're all in the same boat. And I looked at Steve, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and if I remember rightly, I then looked at him also, and he looked at me, and we just knew what each other was thinking. We perused the area and found there were no boats. There was no water. So not only were we not all in the same boat as the gentleman had said, but we were in no boat whatsoever. So we got thinking, how many more things do we say every day that are daft? Not us, me and Steve, we never say things that are daft. Everything we do is sensible, but other people, always other people. Now, to give you an example, what we've done is we've thought, listened, heard, eyed, eared a lot of people saying different things, and we've written them down, and we've dissected them and looked at what they actually mean, different cliches and phrases. To give you an example of one that's in the book, of course the boat one is in the book, being the first one we spotted, but to give you an example of another one that's in the book, is when you say to somebody, don't pull the wool over my eyes. And what you mean by that is, don't lie to me, don't speak falsehoods, don't try and fool me into thinking that what you're saying is true. So basically what we do is look at that and say, well, okay, that's what people are trying to say, but what are they actually saying? And what they're actually saying there, and think about this, it's nonsense. What people are saying is, do not pull sheep's hair over my face so that I cannot see. Do not pull sheep's hair over my face so that I cannot see. What relevance does that have to lying? I'm baffled, I'm shocked, I'm in awe, I'm in wonderment. But writing it down as a collection with others that we thought of made us go from awe and wonderment into mirth and titterment, and that made us laugh. And of course we carried on, we found loads and loads of them, and there's loads in the book. We thought we had enough for a book, which was great, but we were wrong. So we had to add other chapters, and we'll go into those in more detail and what they're about in other videos. But for now, just to let you know, there are songs, there are stories, ingenious stories they are, because they make no sense whatsoever. But when you finish reading them, you feel like you've read a really important story. You feel like you should know what it means, and you're kind of confused because it's nonsense. It's a strange thing to look at. But anyway, there's that. There's recipes, some great recipes in there that are humorous, and I would say now, at this very juncture, please do not attempt to make any of those recipes at home, otherwise you could do yourself a serious mischief. But anyway, don't worry about that, we'll talk about that later. In fact, we may make some stuff for you on video. I'm going to introduce you to Steve next time, or hopefully next time. He will be able to talk to you a bit about what we're doing. But just got to tell you about one chapter that's the most innovative chapter ever written in a book. And that is words that a digital clock can depict. Very important. Nearly as important as some of the religious books out there, because too often we go about day-to-day life just looking at our watches and using it for time only, when if you have a digital watch or a digital clock, it can actually depict words. So you could use it as a dictionary, say, or a thesaurus, or something of that nature. So it's a very important book, that part of the book, and I'm assuming that they're going to adopt that within the syllabus for GCSE English, and take it from there. It's full of laughs anyway, at the expense of our great language. Our influence, well, for me and Steve, I know that for a fact, it's Fry and Laurie. Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, two fantastic. I have to stress the word of. They are brilliant comedians. They've done some wonderful work. Fry and Laurie, or a bit of Fry and Laurie, is something that really influenced me and Steve. And I think that now they're superstars. There's a void there now. There's no more Blackadders, there's no more Jeeves and Wooster, there's no more a bit of Fry and Laurie. So what we have to do now is fill that void, and I thought to myself, we'll fill it, Steve and I, with baked beans, because baked beans are a good filler. They're good at filling any void. So just to, if you want to fill a void of your choice, you can get baked beans from any good high street baked bean void filling shop. I believe there's one in your street, just around the corner. Yeah. If you want to go now and get some, if you just press that button just down there, the pause button, you can come back to this video later after you've got your beans. Anyway, never mind that. Don't forget to remember not to forget to keep coming back for more. We've got a website which is www.beat-about-the-bush.co.uk. The dash is the minus sign. Please don't forget that. It's www.beat-about-the-book.co.uk. We're also on Facebook. We've got a group on Facebook. You probably found this video via there, or MySpace. And we're also doing an experiment on Twitter. We're trying to break a world record for our second book, and we're going to have a story in there written by the most amount of authors ever before, and that's on Twitter. But you can find information on MySpace and Facebook about that. Until next time though, I'll have to say ta-ra, I have to say goodbye, au revoir, and adios. And we shall see you next time. Didn't she? Switch it off now, I finished. I need a drink. Oh! Was it any good? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Alright, bye.